Well, there you go. Austin Regional in the books. Let's put a cherry on it because, why not? Also, cherries suck. Thank you for joining me. Good morning again. Daniel Valdez again. BOA Austin. Great regional. Little wacky with the delays. We'll get into that. We'll go over results and whatnot. And just kind of wrap everything up. First things first. Everybody who came up to us in the stands, everybody who participated on social media, everybody who jumped on Facebook and, shared our website with people and liked and commented and did all that fun stuff. I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. That stuff means so much to us, means so much to me. Love getting to see old faces that we see at every contest. Love meeting some new people that, maybe just heard about the site this year. Great stuff. Love talking to everybody. It was a fantastic experience to see all of you and talk a little bit about the activity a little bit more in depth. Great stuff. All right, so let's go. Let's wrap this up because this next week's gonna be it's gonna be a killer. BOA Austin Regional. First things first, or second things second, or first things first. I don't know. It's been a long 48 hours. Let's just say that. Claudia Taylor Johnson, second regional win of the year, 8th overall regional championship. This is not a show per se. I like to kind of break things up a little bit. What they are putting out there is a production. There is so much going on in the field. There's so much simultaneous responsibility, visual and musical stuff that they got to nail down or else it will not come off as effective on the field. There's so much stuff that they're doing there in the show, and they're executing it. This show has gotten better. CTJ's show has gotten better every single time that I've seen it. It is definitely a show that you owe yourself to see live at one point during the season. It's very, very involved. And like I said, it's getting better each and every time, and they're being rewarded for it. So congratulations, kiddos, at Claudia Taylor Johnson. Keep it up. Let's go through those results and finals. 10th place was Round Rock. 9th place, Winston Churchill. 8th place, Hendrickson, with a clarinet virtuoso in that show. Man, that was awesome. 7th, Cedar Ridge. 6th, Cedar Park. 5th was Bowie. 4th was Vista Ridge. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I'm going to go ahead and say I told you so. 3rd, Vandegrift. 2nd, Leander. And, of course, our champion, Claudia Taylor Johnson. Let's go through. Let's just kind of review the contest real quick. Rain. 3-hour rain delay. Or lightning rain delay. It was more of lightning than anything else. The siren went off in the stadium. Big old loud siren. Of course, everybody knew what that meant. Everyone grabbed their stuff. We evacuated. The regular people, or I said the regular fans, were able to evacuate the stadium. Thankfully, we were able to take our, laptops and whatnot into the press box, and we just kind of hung out there for a couple of hours. Got to talk to the flow marching people for a little bit. It was nice to kind of, talk about different things about the activity. They're nice people. We like talking to them. Kudos to the MFA staff for figuring out a way to get prelims done and then go right into finals. It was a little chaotic because you were getting people, we had to crunch everything down. Instead of 15-minute intervals after the rain break, it was down to 12-minute intervals. Warm-up times were shortened a little bit. And you got to understand, anytime there's a delay like that, the mental gauntlet you kind of go through when your warm-up times and your kind of like your routine gets messed up, it's a battle inside your head, especially inside the performer's mind. Because think about it, you usually get to the site and then, okay, if you're on pit crew or whatever, okay, get off the bus. You kind of have a running clock in your head. You're like, okay, I'm going to be on the bus about 15, 20 minutes, and then we're going to get off the bus and go to warm up, and then we're going to go through our routine. But for a lot of programs, they weren't allowed off the bus. They had to stay in there because it was pouring rain and it was lightning outside. So you're on the bus for way longer than you expected, and there was always the possibility that you may lose focus. And I didn't really see that after the programs that went after the rain break. So kudos to everybody who had to battle through the rain. There were a couple of programs that actually had to play in the rain. And I've had to do that before as a performer. It ain't easy, but it's a lot of fun. And, just congratulations to everybody who toughed it out. This is why Texas band kids are the toughest. Great stuff. Let's talk about the programs. People had questions about Cedar Park. Cedar Park was 10th in prelims and then 6th in finals. How did they make the jump? Well, it's very simple. They had a significantly better performance in finals. This is what happens when you show up to perform. There is something to be said about programs that know how to perform when it counts. Cedar Park's been like this forever, for longer than I can remember. They are one of the best performing finalist bands in the country. Simple, bar none. It's been like that for years. So it's not really surprising to see them jump that far. So congratulations and keep it up. That show's fun. Lots of stuff going on there. Vista Ridge. First, I believe this is the first time they have ever won a BOA Regional Finals Caption Award. Took visual performance overall in finals. I thought they were going to take music. Because, man, they sound fantastic. That ballad might be my favorite of the year. Just with the flugelhorn solo. It's got something for everybody. If you like big ensemble sounds, go watch Vista Ridge Ballad. If you are a woodwind and you love to hear that section just shine through, go listen to that soprano sax soloist. And I'm going to get back to that in a second. If you're a blast player and you want to hear just amazing, amazing work, flugelhorn soloist there. It just, mind completely blown. I love in a ballad when the ensemble's playing and then you have this you have a soloist that's kind of, you can hear them through the ensemble and it's designed that way. But a lot of the times it's either too loud or too soft. Either way, it ruins the effect. Vista Ridge nailed how they mix that sound. Nailed it. Because you hear the ensemble and then you hear that soprano sax solo just soaring over everybody. And it's such a joy to listen to. This ballad is probably my favorite of the year. This show's probably going to be my favorite of the year. Very entertaining. They know what they're doing. They're confident. Like I said, they're going to be around for a while, so get used to it. Vandegrift tore the house down in prelims. That Vandegrift is a show that don't be surprised if they're metal at state. Don't be surprised if it's a really bright metal too. It's good. It's really, really good. And the technical passages the brass plays, it's just, forget it. Leander, the great, just great stuff all around. That music is so, they kind of have something for everybody throughout the entire show. You want fast rhythms through the brass playing, technical passages, you got that. You have woodwinds playing a million miles an hour on their instruments. Fantastic. Leander's got it. And they move too. They know how to book it. They know how to really move across the field while playing and still keep the integrity of the sound. Fantastic stuff. Loved it. This was a good finals. I felt like a lot of programs stepped up their game from prelims to finals. And that kind of happens anyway, but I felt like there was more of a concentrated effort to do that just because of the rain delay and it was dark and gloomy pretty much all of prelims. And then the last 4 or 5 programs had sunlight and cool temperatures and it was actually pretty enjoyable in finals. There was no rain. Nice and cool. It was very enjoyable. Very little wind. Plenty of guards had some great performances there. Want to give a quick shout out to Rouse. I was almost certain that Rouse was going to be in finals. For a program that size, for them to sound like that, I mean, you sit there with your jaw open. You're like, well, huh? What? What do you mean they're that good? Yeah, they're that good. Rouse is probably one of the best programs in the state that you've never heard of. And they need to be heard because they put on a fantastic prelims performance. Class 2A champion Rouse at the BOA Austin Regional. Expect some awesome things from them in the future. And maybe even later on this year, because they're not done with their season yet by any stretch of the imagination. Overall, great stuff. Prelims, yep. It's just one of those things. It's gonna rain. I guess that's how it's gonna be. Maybe it's over now, but the first month of the season, there have been football games rained out. There's been contests that have had to, stop and start again, and puts a lot of pressure on the event staff, puts a lot of pressure on the performers. But at the end of the day, when the lights are on and it's time to go and you're ready for your downbeat, you perform. Because that's what you do. You're a performer. That's your job. Awesome, awesome stuff. Well, I guess I'm done here. I apologize if my voice sounds a little off again, but I was up for nearly 24 hours on Saturday, but it's worth it. It's worth it to go to these events. It's worth it to meet all of you and talk with people and talk with designers and arrangers and instructors and music educators and just kind of pick their brains about certain stuff. I love doing that. Love it. So I guess that's it. Cherry on the Austin. We clean our hands of it. We're good to go. Claudia Taylor Johnson, 8th championship overall. They good. they real good. This coming week, Bedford Regional, Dallas DFW Regional, Houston Regional, coming up in Conroe. Guess what? Live.txbands.com will be at the DFW Regional in Bedford. I'll be there. Look for us. Come find us there. Look for those review shows or those preview shows, the Nerd-Ins. We'll do one for each of those, and they'll be coming later in the week. So thank you all so much for tuning in to the live blog. Thank you all so much for finding us in the stands. Keep supporting us. TexasBands.com/donate. Help us keep the site running. Appreciate everybody's kind words and everything. I'll talk to you in a few days. Well, thank you all so much. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.